saying is, you would take the name of where you were born at and you apply that to your heritage.
As I am now, so I actually do my history. That Swarovski, actually Swarovski, but not a color, but not like Swarovski. Swarovski is a dark skin complexion.
Okay.
The complexion is never color.
Different shades of brown we are.
Here we go. So now we're Swarovski people, if you want to put it like that also. Many different things, and I understand the lingo of being an Israel, coming from Israel.
Okay.
And I also understand that what did Israel sit on top of? Was it its own land by itself, or did it share? Or was it the conqueror of all?
Give me Galatians real quick.
Right, so now to me, as I go back into my history, I would have to literally find that out. You know what I'm saying? Who were the first people that sat on this land? And where were they from? And how did they even conquer, or how did they even disobey what they did in order to come across? There's a lot of questions I got, but I got to say.
Good point. Where are you getting this from? What's your sources? Where are you getting this from? Because you're quoting a lot of, it sounds like you're quoting a lot of people. I'm asking you where you're getting this from.
Well, I've studied a lot of the Nation of Islam. I've also studied what the Nation of God on earth.
Okay.
You know, I've studied Christianity. You know, so a lot of things that come into play, you know, it's not like I'm set on one religion. I don't. I just have a higher power.
This isn't a religion, though.
Nah, it's a way of life, I see.
Exactly.
So, peace. I definitely respect it.
Okay.
Now,
speak up a little bit.
Peace. So now, what I do bring to you from my plateau is that through my history, the land that we sat on, and as I'm hearing it now, and where we're actually from, and we sat on Asia, but we're actually from Israel. But now I question, where does Israel sit on, and where did it came from, and how did it start?
But again, that's what I'm saying though. Look, okay, so again, I don't think I'm mishearing you. So what I'm saying is, you sound like you're grabbing from what land you rested on, where you were born at, right? Where you were birthed.
Right.
You take that name of that land and you apply it.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
So that's what I'm saying.
Right.
So why wouldn't you call yourself Chinese if you were born in China?
Well, then,
but because when I talk to my so-called black brothers and sisters, right, they say I'm African American.
Right.
They think they're from Africa and they were born in America.
Right.
So they take those two names and they apply it.
Right.
Now I tell you that African American were named after white men.
Right.
So that's what I'm saying. It's false. So
it's forced to a point that we're African Americans. Peace.
So it would be false that you were Asian then.
Okay, if that's the only land that ever existed was Israel, then yeah, then I'm misstating something. And this is why I state my history has to go back, because what I was taught was that when everything was connected before anything parted, any kind of land parted, this is where it sat on. So now, Israelites, Egypt, everything was all together before anything ever parted. In other words, we're from what? The Middle East at the end of the day.
Okay.
And now
you're talking about Pangea.
So now
I understand what you're saying.
So also the only thing I'm grasping, going, all right.
And it's all called
when did we become Israelites? Let me ask you that. When did the Israelite come into play, and why did it come into play? Under God, if nobody really has an answer, then now what I bring forth to you now, all I have is a land. All I have is the land that I sit on. I don't have a name anymore.
Get them to prove the Asiatic thing.
Give me Psalms 105 and verse 23. Because we're dealing with philosophies now. Everybody dealing with science. To Pangea. Nah, that don't make sense.
Right.
Okay, I understand no Pangea. I mean, that stuff.
That was the Cretaceous period.
The white man came with that food. As a matter of fact, let's go with this first. Give me 1 Corinthians 3 and 19, man. Give me 1 Corinthians 3 and 19 first, before we go to Psalms.
Well, you know, they say the Asiatic black man wrote the Bible. That's what the 5%ers say.
No.
So you can't be against the Bible and be a 5%.
No, the 5% didn't say that. I don't know about
3 and 19 first.
It's Lost Fam Muslim left.
1 Corinthians chapter 3 verse 19. For the wisdom of this world is foolishness with God.
See, the wisdom of this world is the stuff like Pangea. You know, the 5% wrote the Bible, all that. That's what I'm just saying. I just wanted to say that. Read on.
All right. The wisdom of this world is the wisdom of this world is foolishness from God. But it's written, He taketh the wise in their own craftiness.
He taketh the wise in their own craftiness. Give me Psalms 105 verse 23. See what happens, man, is the wise gets taken by their own craftiness. Okay, what starts to happen, people start dealing with philosophies. Okay, the only thing you need to deal with is the scriptures right now. Okay, let's clear our minds of all that. Okay, read on.
Psalms chapter 105 verse 23. Israel also came into Egypt, and Jacob sojourned in the land of Ham.
You know what the land of Ham is?
No.
The land of Ham is Africa. Because Africa was named after a man, a white man, Leo Scipianus Africanus. Okay, in 210 BC during the Punic Wars. Okay, during the time when Hannibal, you know who Hannibal is, right? He was conquered. So that land was called Ham before it became Africa. As you know, when the white man conquers something, he names it after himself. You do know that, right? Give me the book of Psalms, 49 verse 11.
So that shows you that Israel is a separate land.
Exactly.
If Israel got taken into the land of Ham,
right,
they didn't get taken into the land of Israel. But show you a separate land.
Right, let me show you something.
Psalms chapter 49 and verse 11.
Right.
Their inward thoughts is that their houses shall continue forever.
See, the white man thinks, I'm going to tell you something. You know what he really thinks? He thinks everything, he thinks America going to go on forever.
Bring it out.
He thinks that his kingdom serves him. This man really believes because he has nuclear weapons. He thinks that his land, that spirit on that man, he thinks that his land, he thinks that his inward thought is his house is going to go on forever. Read.
And their dwelling places to all generations.
To all generations, because the white man plans hundreds of years in the future. During the time of the Greeks. That was when he first came into power. Okay? Then the Romans. Okay? Then what happened? They fell by an Israelite by the name of Septimius Severus in 193 AD. You see what I'm saying? Then they came back in the Renaissance period in the 1400s as Spain, and then as Rome. You see what I'm saying? So that's what the white man started doing. He started coming into power. That's why he's in power today. His inward thought is he gonna go on forever. That's what he thinks. So read.
They called their lands after their own names.
America, Amerigo Vespucci. Africa, Leo Scipianus Africanus. Like the brother was just saying to you earlier, you can't be named after two continents. You see what I'm saying? So now you understand that everyone has a biblical nationality. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to show you, according to the Bible, brother, there's a difference between the African and between the Israelite. How we know that? Give me the book of Exodus, chapter 11, verse 7. I'm going to show you something. Where's the Zonovan
You an Asiatic black man, right?
Let me show you something, brother. I'm going to show you something. I'm going to show you, this is what you call the Zonovan Compact Bible Dictionary, right? The scholars know. I'm going to show you something. The scholars know that we ain't African, bro. They know. Believe that. Trust me. This is a media reference. Okay, I'm just using it to prove a point. But I'm gonna hit this scripture first, and I have to show you that piece of knowledge. Okay? So give me Exodus 11 and 7 first.
Come on,
Exodus chapter 11 and verse 7.
Right.
But against any of the children of Israel shall not a dog move his tongue.
See, the Most High called the other nations dogs. He said, against the children of Israel shall not a dog move his tongue. Read.
Against man or beast.
Man or beast, read.
That ye may know how the Lord do put a difference between Egyptians and Israel.
Even though listen, brother, check this out, brother, though Africans still have the same skin tone, but it's still a different nation.
Yeah,
so this ain't about color. This ain't about color, right? Let's find out what the scholars know. So let's go to Ham and the Zonovan Compact Bible Dictionary, right? You can go get this. Check this out.
Definition of Ham, page 213.
Ham,
the youngest son of Noah, born probably about 96 years before the flood, and one of the 8 persons to live through the flood. He became the progenitor of the dark races.
Now, progenitor means the father of the dark races.
I seen you ran fast yesterday.
The Negroes.
Y'all was in the gold cop.
Who was called Negroes, man?
No, not
us.
No, not yesterday.
But check this out, though. Read.
Not the Negroes, but the Egyptians,
Africans,
Ethiopians,
Libyans,
African, and Canaanites.
What's happening, King?
Because Canaan is still
back out here doing the work.
So we're not
still
African.
running?
You see what it said? Not
Still running from HOTEP, TALAH, AMUN?
Man, listen.
They know that we're
HOTEP,
not
TALAH, AMUN, or whatever you want to call it.
Just
He's
because
not
we
even
may
a
have the
contender.
same
Understand
skin tone,
that. Bring somebody that's
you
a
ever
contender
notice
to
something?
us.
Africans don't even want to
I'm going to bring the big leader alien out for you.
You notice that, right?
Bring the contender.
It's because
Understand? In order for you to step up to this level, you got to be a contender.
I seen y'all in Chicago.
You can't just
I
fight
seen y'all in Chicago out there where the deep water, where Jaws are.
Yeah, we out there doing the real work.
Y'all shut me the fuck up. Oh, excuse me.
Check this out. Joel, chapter 3,
You know it's all love.
Oh, you know it. But look,
got it, brother?
we out here doing the works.
Yeah, but you running from HOTEP, TALAH, AMUN.
And they have
Well, let me ask you a question. How long we been doing this? Since you know.
On those auction blocks,
How long we been out here?
It's been a continuum of years.
That's past the watch.
Oh, you running.
Yeah.
And they have
Especially you.
given a board for the harlot. They took the biggest black buck.
Look at them, HOTEP. Y'all scared of the HOTEPian aliens.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Let me tell you.
Had
Ask
a
you a
board
question.
for a harlot.
We had an assigned event
and
for
salt and
HOTEP,
girls
right?
for wine.
Yeah, but that was a little too short notice.
Hold on.
That was a little too
Let me ask you a
short
question.
notice.
Let me ask you a question. We had a signed event, though, right? We showed up.
Came over to his
I know it.
plantation. He said, you know what? Let's just take this little, this black woman and let's go ahead and have sex with her.
Reptilians or any other kind of
That's what they did to our
right?
You know he's an alien because he said, take me to your leader.
You
know how the alien come out the ship and say, take me to your leader?
Yeah, that's it, right? That's what he want to say.
Have you to do
They not ready for it.
Tyree and Zidon?
Because if he can't do nothing with Ozias, he can't do nothing with Elder Barack Shah, right?
Tyree and Zidon, read.
Nah.
In order to cross the Palestine.
The thing is, in order for you to fight Tyson, you had to be a contender.
Oh, shit.
In order for you to fight Mayweather, you got to be a contender.
Did you hear that, HOTEP?
And if you recompense me
Bring somebody with some knowledge.
speedily, will
Not,
I return
the roaches
recompense
is God.
upon your own head.
All right?
The nations was
You
saying,
quote the scriptures, but
the children of Israel
you're not quoting them correctly.
Well,
Bring somebody with some knowledge.
He said you messed up on that Genesis.
I'm going to repay you.
So according to him, go back and rewind the tape and watch the video.
Because you
I
have
think it's
taken my
like
silver
18,000
and
hits.
my gold, and have carried into your temples my goodly pleasant things. The children also of Judah and the children of Jerusalem. Now, the children of Judah is the so-called black man here in America, and the children of, and also the children of Israel, the children of Jerusalem. They are also of the southern kingdom, which are the Haitians and the West Indians, right? Read.
Yo.
Have you sold unto the Grecians? Sold to who?
16,
unto the Grecians. Who are the Grecians? Who are the Greeks? Who are the Greeks like?
2 weeks from now, we in
There you
Baltimore.
go. So the
October
Africans and the
26th, we
Arabs
in California. Step your game up. So if you're really about the knowledge, step it up. And watch the video.
HOTEP ain't running from you.
Last week, we was in the hardest areas in Chicago, 2 areas. A man got
In the
stabbed.
deep water where Jaws are.
Put it on the
Israelites, I like
You a what? Man, you
We
gave
Israelites,
up.
brother.
You gave up that
There we
easy
go.
name.
There we go. All praises, bro. And listen, man, you
Man,
know
you
what?
gave up to
You know
that
what?
weak doctrine, man.
Man, we've been talking to this brother for years. I mean, I know he go. But I'm going to say this, though.
That's my buddy right there. That's my
I'm going
buddy.
to say this, brother.
Me and him got a cricket eye.
At the end of the day.
I must have to go do my own research, man.
But you didn't research nothing. You just accepted that without going through the
I
facts.
understand the knowledge and the understanding that he's giving, so I have to go back and understand and I accept.
But I'm gonna show you something. Give me the book of I'm gonna show you
You
something.
let him take the Asiatic black
Check this
man
out.
out
Check
too.
this out. Check this out. Check this out. Check this out. Go
I thought you was the true
Hosea.
living God, son.
Go to Hosea, chapter 4, verse 6.
No, he's still who he is.
I never thought.
But you're an Israelite, right? You're an Israelite, right?
I'm not an Israelite.
He said he ain't Israelite.
I'm not an Israelite, but I understand where the people came from.
Don't let that man do that to you.
No.
Don't let that man do that.
I mean, I do it.
No.
No one can draw him but the Father.
No.
I pull him away from the Father.
No.
The Father must have spit him out already.
Listen. You just admit you're Israelite, right?
If the Father draw him, I can't stop it.
No. We're not all from Israel, bro.
Well,
I ain't that powerful.
as you speak now,
Yeah.
I will
Don't believe every
that
fish
not
you pull out the
knowing
water.
that- Hold on, I will believe that you're talking about men of color or men of complexion instead of color.
But I just proved to you it's not about color, though.
Exactly. So then now,
I already went there.
Hold up. So now,
Y'all
when it
ready?
comes down to it, Then where's my people from? My own people. Like you might be from there, and then I could be from Africa and not even know.
Give me. Wait. Bro, let me show you something.
So
Let me show you how we got to Africa. See, what people don't understand is, first of all, what people don't understand is
how you get to Africa.
They don't know that we got to Africa. We came from Jerusalem to Africa.
So now
you don't want it, man.
Ask your question.
What's your question?
You don't want it. You can get it from me. Me and you can go head to head.
Every black
I'll ball you up, put you in a suitcase. It's a fact.
No.
You not ready. You got to learn some more. You ain't ready for this. Not this. You got to learn some more. You not ready for this.
People that come from Israel.
No. Let me prove a point. You know what I want? Give me Luke. Chapter 21, verse 20. Let me show you something. Let me show you a prophecy that happened, okay? Now, I just read to you about how the Africans and the Arabs sold in captivity. Didn't I show you that? I showed you in plain view. Now, what I have to do now, brother, is show you how we got to Africa, right? It's a prophecy. Let me prove some points to you. Let's go.
Luke, chapter 21, verse 20.
Right.
And when you shall see Jerusalem compassed with armies, then know that the desolation thereof is not.
Now, what Christ is doing is, in 70 AD, right, Titus and Vespasian of the Roman army came into Jerusalem in 70 AD. Give me Matthew 2 and 13. They came to Jerusalem in 70 AD, right? Christ is prophesying. This ain't even happened yet. Christ is telling the Israelites, he said, listen, when you should see Jerusalem compassed with armies, know that the desolation is not, right? Read.
Verse 21. Then let them which are in Judea flee to the mountains, and let them which are in the midst of it depart out.
Now, when he said flee to the mountains, is the reason why he said flee to the mountains. Hold that. Give me Matthew 2 and 13. Because remember when Mary and Joseph, right?